What are some signs that you might be a medium? For me personally, I experienced a lot of anxiety throughout my entire life. And the interesting thing to note with this is it always kind of came out of nowhere, or it would only happen specifically when I was around a lot of other people. So, for example, if I'm going to a concert and there's a lot of people, or if I'm going to a festival or a really crowded restaurant, or even a grocery store or Target or something when it's really crowded, going to an airport, and I'm totally fine with flying, have no problem with planes, but in the airport specifically surrounded by all of these people, I would get so much anxiety. And for me, eventually it got to a point where I would be like driving to the grocery store about to have a panic attack, or I was walking through the airport once, literally gagging from my anxiety. And I was like, okay, we got to do something about this. Like, this is not normal. And obviously, fast forward, I started seeing a therapist. We started doing EMDR, and that's actually what helped me figure out. My therapist was the one that posed the question, have you ever considered you might have abilities? Um, and it made everything make a lot more sense, because I was feeling all of that anxiety from these other places, or it would just hit literally out of nowhere. There wouldn't be a trigger, sitting on the couch relaxing, right? Because I was feeling everything else around me. I was feeling everybody else's energy, and everybody has their own spirits and things attached to them, and you're feeling all of these things. But because I didn't know what was going on, my body and my brain were like, what's happening here? And I didn't know how to receive these things. I didn't know how to differentiate and identify between what was mine and what somebody else's. I didn't know how to have protections up so that way I wasn't taking on all of these things and keeping it with me. I didn't know how to do cleansings and things like that to make sure that I was releasing all of these if I did happen to take things with me. So these can all be kind of signs that you might be a medium.